Hello Aquarius, welcome to your reading for the 24th of August through to the 30th. And as always, it's going to be general, so please take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. And let's welcome in the archangels now, the ascended masters, any star beings or light beings who would like to be present for this reading. And of course, our higher selves, as well as any spirit, animal, ancestral, or dragon guides that you feel resonant with, Aquarius. Okay, let's have a look. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Four of Pentacles, and Seven of Wands. I think for you, Aquarius, there could be something that you've really decided to perhaps, step up and take care of, whether that's something with regard to yourself or, with something external to you. Yeah, there's something about that is Four of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. You're really feeling sort of very, I think, determined and wanting to conserve your energy and putting up boundaries to really get this happening. It's looking like it might be to do with your self-care here, Aquarius. Or there's something that you're, there could be an idea that at this point in time you're holding close to your chest, so to speak. And perhaps you are carving out some time to be more involved in it, whatever that is. But there's this aspect of you kind of needing to, I guess, do things on the quiet for a little bit. You also have the Seven of Swords here, which is kind of like a card of stealth mode, but it's also about being really selective, using your discernment to, I guess, really work out for yourself what it is you're wanting to be a part of and what it is that you are not. And I think it seems that what you have just recently more aligned with is this really nurturing energy, Queen of Pentacles. This can talk about self-care. Maybe it's your own personal growth. Maybe you're going through some professional development or something like that as well. Personal growth is something you're nurturing in your life that's important to you, I think. It's going to be successful. This is Six of Wands here. So I think, if you keep applying your efforts, you've got two sevens here so far, that you're going to be successful and it's going to come to fruition. Or the result that you're looking for is going to happen. Okay, we could put it that way. So if you're looking to create more time and space for something, given your careful thought processes and your ability to kind of really sort things out in your mind and to identify what's important and what isn't, I think you're going to be able to do it. So a general direction here is the Knight of Wands and the Three of Swords. So this could be that there's some healing that's going to be required here, but also you might need to sort of tweak things as you go in terms of if something is not in alignment with your heart space. You might need to sort of take action with regard to that. But this might also be talking about someone that is close to you, maybe a friend, a family member, who perhaps you need to, you might need to be available for them, maybe to sort of provide some assistance. Maybe you're going to have to, at short notice, you might need to just go and provide some support or to assist them in some way. Okay, that could be something that's coming up. But if it's not that, I think it's just a general need for you that as you move forward, you might need to address things that come up with regard to your own heart and mind alignment. Excuse me. So, if something's not feeling right, you might need to take action and to, I guess, bring things into alignment. Death or rebirth, Page of Cups, Sun, and Two of Pentacles. Wow, that is a interesting combo. So I think one of the outcomes of this Aquarius is that there's something to do with you rebirthing into perhaps a form of creativity or an art form or a new spiritual or inspirational creative project. But it could also be a new, emotional up-leveling. Maybe you're also tapping into your inner child. And maybe this is what you're carving out some time for. Maybe you're sort of really wanting to focus on yourself so that you can go through a rebirth or an upgrade of some sort that you are feeling into. This is also talking about an upgrade here, the Sun, okay? Very high frequency. And this might be something that you may not be aware of, is that, you're pretty inspired with the Ace of Wands, but whatever it is that you're moving to and guarding in a protective way and wanting to sort of move through and adjust as you need, it's going to sort of provide you with this ability to, or it's going to shift you into a higher frequency, but it will require you to be adaptable. So things will sort of take ups and downs throughout that particular, that journey of that thing, whatever it is that you're moving through. There will be highs and there will be lows, but overall, there's an upgrade or a shifting of your frequency as you move forward. And this is like a rebirth process, a slow change, which is death, rebirth. So perhaps you have started something, Page of Cups, but it's probably feeling like it has a rebirth energy to it for you, like a freshness, like it's bringing in new vitality and more energy for you. And also Ace of Wands does talk about a boost of energy. So, yeah. Let's just grab some spirit guidance from our Light Seers Tarot here. We've got the Hanged Man, which does make sense as well. So this is about surrendering into, and I think you're kind of in this at the moment, Aquarius, given the sevens here, which are kind of introspective and talk about fine-tuning or moving on to the next level. So often we go through the challenges of the fives, then we move into relative, a harmonious balance with the six. And then it's time for, okay, so a new challenge has been thrown up. And, sometimes this could equate to either perhaps a midlife or, a quarter life crisis or something like that. But sometimes it means that we literally have to go within to, and it can sort of feel at times like our world is upside down because we're sort of, what we thought was true may not be true anymore with regard to something. Maybe there's a belief or a value that you've held, Aquarius, that you're now going, hang on a minute. I need to look at that again. This is probably what Spirit's saying, is that, yeah, you probably will need to take time to look at some things, as we do, as it is part of life. To take time to do that. King of Wands, which is really nice, positive energy. Fire, this is mutable fire. So bringing that passion into whatever it is that you're doing. And I think Spirit's saying, whatever this spark was for you here at the start of your reading, Aquarius, is for you to really take hold of that here and to, I guess, have this mindset that you are over time going to embody this energy. So as it's interesting, you can see the wand here at this point, but now you can see the wand with the body and with the spirit guides and, with all of the stuff. So it's like, as time moves forward and as you nurture yourself into this, Aquarius, you're going to feel as though you're going to be able to embody and really take hold of that and take charge of that thing in your life, okay? Knight of Cups, we have the Page of Cups too. So this is, you know, talking about bringing in love. And I think Spirit's also saying, you know, be open to romance and to literally this idea of falling in love with life, okay? I think is something that you will be looking at here as well, something, an energy that you definitely be feeling into. This is a lot of confidence, radiance, and happiness as well with the sun, okay? Yeah, Knight of Cups is, yeah, like Cancer energy. So maybe there's someone, oh, like a water sign that, you know, a person of a water sign that may be of assistance to you at this time, or maybe it's someone close to you that it's looking like they're coming along for the ride and they're supporting you, okay, which is really awesome. Let's have a look at a dragon card here for you. The Eight of Swords. Yeah, so this is kind of your energy, Aquarius. When I say that, oh, sorry, no, it's mutable air. This is Gemini, okay. But this is those, I guess, the ideas and the constructs that have felt restrictive, but I feel like you've identified them already, because it's almost like, you know, if this is what you have been experiencing, this is what you're breaking out of, okay, which is very doable, by the way. Eight of Swords is, you know, but it's easier said than done, okay? It's doable, but there are processes and layers to this energy of feeling restricted in some way, okay? But here you have it. You've got your nurturing. So you are nurturing yourself, focusing on yourself, and having this view of that you are going through some personal growth. And that's bang on, because this is what it takes. It takes inner growth and self-awareness to move through and release this energy, okay, which I think is what you're doing here, okay. You've also got this fire of inspiration and a burst of energy that's really going to help as well. So I might just pause now, and I'm going to get another broad sweep, and then we'll look at some the reverse sides of the decks as well. So just hold on for a minute. Okay, Aquarius, so I've just done a broad sweep. I think we were pretty right, but there was something that we missed here, and I feel like it's to do with this Knight of Wands and this Three of Swords here. And we might get a clarifier card on this as well, but I feel like this could be talking about, sometimes the Knight of Wands is a caution card. So if there are people around you, or you're dealing with energies that are, you know, this is a misalignment of heart and mind, or it can be talking about grief, okay? So if there's someone around you, or maybe in your workplace, maybe you deal with people that go through grief processes or something like that, or there's someone close to you going through, you know, an upset of some sort. It's not that this reading is saying don't provide support, but it could be saying to just be wary of your energy being drained to such an extent that it takes you completely away from your original kind of, almost like a mandate here to take care of yourself. So it's a little bit like really having a balanced approach. If there are people in need that you wish to help, of course it's, you know, it's a free world and it's totally up to you. But the reading is just saying that just to be mindful of, and you will be able to intuit this, if you feel like you are overstepping that mark in terms of providing assistance to others and depleting yourself to a large extent. Because, you know, and another way to look at this is that the other remedy here is that maybe you will need to, I don't know, it's up to you, if you feel like you do need to overstep the mark and provide assistance. Because this is really talking about creativity here, okay? And this is a process of change. So maybe in the past, Aquarius, maybe if with troubles have come up, maybe you've sort of given of yourself, and it's just kind of your energy's just become depleted over time, possibly, okay? This might only resonate for a small group of people, or maybe one person, I'm not sure. But this is sort of saying that to change that, or to go through a next leveling up, you may need to start tapping into your inner soul creativity. So what is it that lights you up on the inside. Okay, I have a feeling that you've identified something here, but Spirit's saying that you're going to need to definitely fall back on that thing that makes you feel alive and makes you feel like connected to your soul energy, so that you can, in some ways, better deal with and be more resilient in the face of this energy of this Three of Swords. And this could be a grief that you're going through yourself, okay? It might be someone around you, or it may be you yourself. So we just had to pop that in there. I feel like I just want to clarify what this Knight of Swords and, Knight of Wands and Three of Swords is about. And then we'll look at the bottoms of the decks. Queen of Cups. Yeah, this is about using your intuition, which we have just mentioned. So, you know, using your intuition with regard to, are you overdoing it? And also with regard to yourself, if you are dwelling in this energy, Three of Swords, because we can overdo that as well, okay? Because human beings are very resilient and adaptable. And it might be that you need to use your intuition here, Queen of Cups, go within to then activate yourself to fall back on this inspiration or this idea, or going back into that zone that's really going to inspire you again, okay? Moving back into inspiration. So I really like how the Queen of Cups has come out there. That's sort of like almost like a bit of a remedy card for you, Aquarius. Bottom of the decks, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, this is your energy here. So this is like harmony, balance, coming in as well, kind of resonating with the Six of Wands there as well. Okay, so I guess your energy out with your energy in, and that kind of does, you know, hark back to this, doesn't it? About being wary of overdoing things in terms of providing your passion and your inspiration and giving that out to others. Just be aware that you need to then do that for yourself somehow, okay? Or be with people that help you to, you know, be with other people that perhaps help to inspire yourself, okay? Or doing things that inspire you. King of Cups, which is nice. That's come out to support the Queen of Cups. So, yeah, Aquarius, I have a feeling that maybe you have been the rock in other people's lives. So by that I mean, you know, the stable, supportive person. You are fixed air, so you're probably quite grounded, but you're also good at coming out with ideas and helping people to get new perspectives on things. And this is a really beautiful trait. So you have a lot of compassion here, Aquarius. And I think what Spirit is saying is that even though you can hold space for others, you will need to also hold space for yourself. Okay, and I feel like just recently, maybe that's a realization that you've had, and I think that you are moving into your personal, your inner passion, your soul energy, perhaps a bit more, which is always a leveling up of a raising of frequency. Okay, that's what's going to happen as a result of that as well. The Hermit, yeah, really nice. Okay, the Hermit, this is also, I love this Hermit card. She's out in nature. So once again, Aquarius, the sevens here talk about your introspection, your ability to go within and work stuff out behind the scenes of your life, so to speak. But you might also benefit from some nature connection time, and really, you know, applying your Seven of Wands here, like really carving out that time to spend time in nature to ground yourself, and to maintain that connection for your soul. Okay. Temperance. Wow, beautiful. Yeah, this is, once again, this idea of balance. Okay, so I feel like this is probably a reading about your self-care and setting your self-care boundaries. Okay, doing it with balance and care. But this is really exciting because Temperance talks about creating a new balance. So doing things in a new way that probably works even better than what you had been doing in the past, Aquarius. So this is like, you know, a combination of your high frequency self. You're still going to be able to do what you love and what's inspirational, uplifting for you, as well as providing support for others, you know, as you see fit. So there's going to be something here that's going to create an even better balance, you know, work-life balance for you, but also incorporating your spiritual soul self, I feel. Seven of Swords. Yep, we already had this one. I think we have, yes. Seven of Swords, so definitely looking closely at your values and your beliefs with regard to your life, perhaps your career, your relationships, your family situation, your home situation, and you yourself as a person, you know, as a human being, growing up in the culture that you've had, in the, you know, in the community that you've been in the family that you've had, okay? Maybe there's some beliefs and values here that you're looking at really closely now. It's a Seven of Swords in your reading here. And this, I guess, reevaluation process of your values and beliefs, I think you've been called to do that. This is probably part of the Ace of Wands energy here. There's like some new frequencies come in and you're like, okay, I'm going to really examine those values and beliefs now to just see if they're lining up, because it's looking like maybe some of those or one of those things is going to be shifting and changing. And it could be around self-care, okay? So yeah, there we have it. I think we might wrap it up there, Aquarius. Hope that's been helpful. I look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, a fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.